political analyst, Gregg Jarrett, Fox News contributor, Jonathan Turley. Gregg, kind of an irony here. She did claim on this form, according to prosecutors, that this place in Virginia was her primary residence while she's Attorney General?
Yeah, purely on the paperwork that she executed. It's a pretty serious case against her, Sean. You cannot claim an occupied residence, get a lower mortgage rate, and then rent it out. You're cheating the lender by lying. And James actually incriminated herself. Both her mortgage and her insurance documents said she occupied it, but on an IRS records form, she admitted it was purely a rental with zero personal occupancy. Well, it can't be both. That's illegal. Predictably, today she just whined that the law is being weaponized against her. Spare me the moral outrage. It was phony. She was the one who campaigned on the promise to get Trump, then conjured up that ludicrous case only to get slapped down by the appellate court in an epic embarrassment. I think here she's going to do exactly what James Comey is doing, claim selective, vindictive prosecution, try to get the case dismissed, avoid trial entirely. But, you know, under the law, the burden shifts to her to prove by clear evidence that the case has an unjustifiable motive. It is not a defense if the charges are justified, as I think they may be. She'll also claim, of course, oh, it was a big misunderstanding, paperwork snafu, somebody else is to blame. But under her own stated standard in the Trump case, she declared that is never an excuse. So she's hoisted on her own petard, as Shakespeare would say in Hamlet.
You know, the irony here, Professor Turley, is that she wanted to go with, and the judge in the case in New York went with, a valuation of Mar-a-Lago that was so outrageously wrong, and they wouldn't let President Trump bring in realtors from Palm Beach, Florida, that would have put the value at over $1 billion. They stuck with an $18 million valuation. So, primary residence, the documents make the case, in my view. Sounds like she's in trouble to me. Your thoughts?
Well, there's no question that Letitia James was lawfare's happiest warrior. I mean, she relished the limelight. And it's also important to keep in mind she was using a law where the court agreed, because witnesses testified, that not a single dime was lost. Everyone actually made money off of this. There was no victim in the sense of losing money. But James said it didn't matter, that because these figures, these filings were false. This is the ultimate example of karma. Now, having said that, I don't think this is going to be an easy case. There's going to be a challenge to Lindsay Halligan, who is the acting U.S. attorney. It's the same challenge that's going to be brought by James Comey. And the argument is that President Trump could not appoint an acting U.S. attorney for 120 days because he had already used that period for another person. Now, there's an argument that the Trump administration can make against that, but it means that there's going to be a threshold challenge that could delay a trial. And I think that's what they're counting on. This is also a good district for her. It's not New York, so she didn't get that, but she got a very blue district and a very good jury pool for any trial.
I think that's a good point. In the case of Comey, Gregg, he got a Biden judge.
Yeah, he did. And don't forget, it was Biden's Department of Justice that covered up, the deceptions, the lies of James Comey, the abuse of power. It's a long list. And they completely ignored any prosecutions, allowing the statute of limitations to run on most of those cases. You know, we'll wait and see what this judge does. But Jonathan makes an excellent point about the challenge that will be made, not by Comey alone, but by Letitia James alongside him.
All right, Gregg Jarrett and Professor Turley, thank you both. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.